striking him out.
Yeah.
He don't want to walk you. He don't want to walk you.
Machine won 4 straight, making the Yankees look like debutantes, with the distinct exception of the captain, who hit .500 and tied a series record with 6 straight hits.
That's all a guy can flat hit now. He is really a good hitter. He's a good hitter. Oh, he just stays right with the ball. He doesn't do anything. He just stays right there and keeps everything in and goes with the ball.
Very much I believe that.
Right. So, long story short, Will was getting ready for his upcoming season in AA in the Eastern League, and I said, of course you can come in and hit. The place is yours. You can hit from, he usually came around 7 and stayed until midnight every night. And the thing that I remember about Will was how meticulous he was in his preparation. I don't think he swung at a pitch ball until February. He took all of January just working on his setup and hitting off the batting tee. Getting his body in good position to hit, and I know as he preaches you, keep his hands inside the ball. He was way ahead of his time as far as teaching goes now, with hitters even in the big leagues. Way ahead of his time.
Good take. Okay, stay there, Michael. So as you can see, if we look at his feet here, he is right in line. And that's the whole purpose of the line, is so that he can have a visual after his swing to see where he ends up.
Worn in Expos uniform. It's no wonder this franchise was often hailed as...
He doesn't take fastballs and hit them that far to left field, but he watched how Kluber pitched to Hunter, and he knew he was going to get that fastball inside, and he just absolutely killed it.
Confirmation from Dan Bellino that the pitch was out of the zone. He just aired it out on 3-0. There's a drive, well hit. Out of here. 3-run homer. Cubs lead 4-3.
This is a big swing on a curveball, and a lot of times he'll go down to the knee and watch it leave the yard. This time he's swinging a miss and spin around and back up.
And he does it again and belts one toward left center field. Are you serious?
But that's him.
All right, he's all in favor.
Yes, he is.
That was impressive, folks.
I mean, it's almost like he deked him with that big swing on the curveball, screwed himself to the ground, came back and did it again. So, 0 for the first 3, 2 hits today. And watch this swing. Comes back with the old curveball, and this was one that was down a little bit, did not hit the ground.
Being on his knee for some curveballs. Tie game.
The 0-2 is swung on and missed, an awkward swing there, and Donaldson goes down.
Veras is running as Gwynn pokes a base hit into left field. Veras will stop as Leday came up ready to throw. A walk, a single, and the Padres have something working in the first. That was a breaking ball. Only 2 breaking balls from David Wells, but look at Tony Gwynn. The front shoulder staying in there, and he just serves one through the shortstop position that was vacated by Derek Jeter.
On Bryant, 0-1.
and the Cardinals next to each other and talk about relative strength and weakness. In the battle of the bullpens, it's pretty lopsided.
Yeah.
Cubs have a big advantage.
Well, I mean, even with Brandon Morrow going on the DL, and obviously he's been ridiculous at closer and what he's been able to bring, but the fact that you have Justin Wilson, Carl Edwards Jr., so many, Pedro Strop, so many of these guys that are back-end guys that can slide into that ninth inning. And doing it in a shut-down way. Not many teams, first of all, have closers the way that the Cubs do, but then can lose their best relief pitcher and have guys to be able to fill in.
It's where the Cubs have been able to survive shorter starts, like the one tonight, let's face it, by Kyle Hendricks, who was only able to go 4 2/3. Chicago has won 24 of their last 35, where neither starter was the pitcher of record.
Wow.
A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Bryant. Boy, he is looking to serve right field here and fades that one foul as well.
You know, the other side of the coin, when you think about the second wild card and why it's so great for baseball, as poorly as the Cardinals have played in the first half of the season, with all the errors, the injuries, the underperformance, we talked about Dexter Fowler, Osuna getting his feet wet, there's still 4 games out of the wild card, which gives you plenty of time and hope for the Cardinals to make a run.
Well, and a new manager, Mike Shildt. I mean, talk about an opportunity. And Buster talked about his story and just a unique path. But this clubhouse, it's a different feel in there already, and it's only been 5 days. And think about them playing the Cubs the next 8 of 11, and the fact that they need to prove themselves right off the bat.
Alex, you talked about your first impression of Mike Shildt being he's someone you want to root for, and that's what I've heard from Cubs people, that he's someone who players naturally respond to. He told us the story about after his first win the other day, Adam Wainwright gave him the finger whack, come follow me, and they put him in the laundry basket in the shower and just dumped a whole bunch of cold water on him. He was dripping wet after his first win in the big leagues.
He showed a tremendous amount of humility.
The base hit for Bryant. Caratini comes around to score. And the Cubs are just pouring it on now. 9-5 Chicago.
And just a sign of a great hitter after a handful of sinkers in. Here comes a slider. Out over the plate. Maybe even a borderline ball. But just tremendous reach from the right-hander. Dale Murphy-like. And you see that, just a chip shot. I just love the chip shots.
Well, and that's where 6'5", the levers, to be able to utilize the body that he has to reach a pitch that a lot of batters don't have any business even reaching.
He gave up 9 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
There's a chopper that's hit to the shortstop. Only one play for Bogarts. It'll get Simmons. There's the next pitch, and this is grounded on the right side. It'll get the runner to third. The throw by Pedroia easily gets Choi. So that's
a couple hits, and next thing you know, now you got men in scoring position. Sinker away, you see up in the strike zone. Hicks kind of bobbles it.
2 more errors for the Yankees today. One by Sanchez and now one by...
to be equally as good. It would be unfair, right? It would be almost unfair to expect that Steven Matz is going to be just like DeGrom and Thor.
It's a good baseball play right there by Chirinos. Easy thing would be to duck out of the way of that. He took that pitch. Get on base, now they have first and second and 1 out. You see a lot of hitters, they're going to be bailing. Look at this. He's like, nope, I'm taking one here. Yeah, take one for the team. Boom. If you're a pitcher right now, if you're Davinsky, you want to say like, hey,
And what's mostly impressive is the fact that he knows what he's doing at the plate. He knows how to tone it down at times, knows how to let it go when it counts, right? And let me show you exactly what I mean. You know, he has a very solid approach. We talk about Encarnacion. Well, look at Rizzo right here. Look how his posture. His posture is going to tell you what he's looking for. Why is he so straight up, almost leaning backwards? Because guess what? He's ready for that up and in fastball. He's ready for the innermost part of the plate, uppermost part of the plate. He's also in tune with the timing and the speed, and he's able to take that pitch. It's virtually impossible to react to something like that unless you're looking for it. 0-1 right here. Look at that. You know what? I'm still going to let it go. I'm going to leg kick really high and just blast it, and hits a homer right here. But guess what? He also has the presence of mind, 2 strikes. You know what? I'm just going to put my foot down nice and early so I can see the ball, slow things down, and hits a missile straight up the middle. Well, already you see that his hand's all the way to the bottom. Here he chokes up with 2 strikes. I mean, I like the fact he's at that body awareness. Puts his foot down, base hit over the second baseman. That's what I'm talking about. This is even more telling, right? On the left, he's up in the count. Hands all the way down to the knob. Leg kick right here as well. You know, on the right, you see that he's just putting his foot down, and also he's choking up. And notice this, right here, the 2 swings. The one on the left, look where he's looking. He's looking upper tag right there. The one on the right is looking base hit to left field. I love the fact that he's able to change and make adjustments according to the situation he's in.
Right, impressive in a lot of ways. And with the power and the on base, right, you love the approach of it.
Right, his contact situation wasn't great. There's a lot of sliders in the dirt. He's having trouble picking up the spin on the ball. And I remember having a conversation with him, and he said it was just like overnight. And I thought he really just got in a better hitting situation, like in a better stance. His head was a little bit lower, he's a little bit more still at the plate. And then I talked to him like within that week, and he said literally went to this one doctor, put those contacts in, and boom, there it is. And he goes, the next day I could see the spin on the slider.
It's amazing. From Tommy Pham, he said it's your cornea, which for anybody that quote-unquote has normal vision, it's circular. Keratoconus, it's a football shape, your cornea. So it limits your vision in different areas as you try to survey what normal vision is like. It's in his left eye. That's the issue.
His lead eye.
That's right. Hitting. He actually has 20/15 vision. No other player that plays the game of baseball has done it with his condition. And he said, you know, I want to be an inspiration for those that have keratoconus, that you can live a normal life, you can play sports. And he does it all the time, but he does it with no fanfare, no media. He goes and talks to kids and those in high school that have eye conditions all the time, quietly here in town. Does it all the time.